Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you might be joining from. I am HR Funk with a live stream that I was not intending to do today. In fact, it was not until just a little while ago that I thought I should probably come on the air, or at very least on the internet, and try to update you all as to what has been going on. This has been an active day around the HR Funk studio headquarters here. And this actually started not just today. It's something that has been sort of building for a little bit here. And I want to take you all back and walk you through what happened leading up to today, what happened today, and then where I think that I'm going in the future. And I'm purposely delaying the beginning of the story because I want to give everyone a chance that might be interested in hearing this to click in live and see who we have so far. Showing we only have 5 people so far that are watching, and I'm pretty sure we have more than that. But I'll start the story now, and hopefully, if I need to, I can go back and reiterate some things in a little bit. And now it's up to 25, so good. I think that might have been a glitch in the system there because I thought we had more people than that, and then all of a sudden it looked like we just had a few. But in any regard, as I said, this actually started more or less around the first of the year. I've posted 3 videos this year, and this actually the one that I posted earlier today would make number 4. And all 3 of them were demonetized by YouTube, and I had no idea why. They give you the ambiguous reasoning that it violates their rules, and they give you a big long list of rules, but they never tell you specifically what in the video violated what specific rule, so you know what not to do in the future. It's a very difficult and moving target sort of a situation when you're trying to negotiate the YouTube ad-friendly guidelines and keep your content monetized. So that's been swirling through my mind a little bit. And then I wake up this morning and I have an email from YouTube. And the email at first seemed kind of innocuous. It was talking about a change to the YouTube policies, and they're going to allow people to monetize the shorts that have become so popular on YouTube. I think it's YouTube's answer to Snapchat or one of those others where they have the little short videos on there. But in any case, in reading on farther down through that email, it indicated that YouTube is also going to be making some changes to their rules or their agreement for anyone who's a member of the YouTube Partner Program. Now, to explain that a little bit, in order to have videos that are monetized on YouTube, where the ads are placed on the videos and then the content creator gets some portion of the ad revenue, in order to do that, you have to be a member of the YouTube Partner Program. And to become a member of the YouTube Partner Program, you have to agree to, follow YouTube's rules and do the things they want done their way and all that. So it stated in this email that they were making a change to the agreement for the YouTube Partner Program, and anyone that wanted to continue to get their videos monetized would have to agree to the new rules by sometime in July, like July 10th or what have you. And there was a mention that there's going to be something posted in our YouTube Studio. Again, content creators have YouTube Studio. That's where if I go to look at my list of videos or to see how the videos are doing or how they rate against the other videos that I produce, that's all listed in my YouTube Studio. So there's supposedly going to be something in YouTube Studio that we're going to have to click on to see the new rules, and then we're going to have to agree to these new rules. I have no idea what the new rules are going to be as I sit here, but we're going to have to agree to the new rules in order to keep our channels monetized or to be able to continue in the YouTube Partner Program. And the last sentence or two of that email said that anyone who does not agree to these new rules will not be able to continue to monetize their videos after whatever this date was, July 10th or something. So I thought, okay, well, that's interesting. I wonder what rules are changing. And again, I still don't know. So all of this set the stage for what happened at just before 11 o'clock this morning. 11 o'clock this morning rolls around, and I had just finished a phone call, and I was sitting here at my desk, and I opened up my email because there were some other emails in there that I wanted to look at. And I saw something from YouTube/Google again, and it was the one that I put in that earlier video. And this said it was a notice that I had had 2 copyright complaints filed against my channel because of the video that I released yesterday which was the review of the Olight Sigurd, I didn't call it this in the video, but I'll call it this now, the weapon-mounted light platform that I did the brief video review on yesterday. A little bit of history on that. I had done an Olight review a month or so ago. Olight got a hold of me. They asked me if I would produce a new review on this product, the Sigurd, and release it yesterday because that coincided with their launch of the product. And I said, sure, send it to me. I'll take a look at it and I'll make a review video. So the thing that struck me as odd about this copyright complaint that was supposedly filed because of this video yesterday is the fact that in that video, there was no music, there was no nothing, there was nothing copyrighted other than the Olight product itself and its name, the Olight Sigurd. And the only thing that it showed as an identification of the entity that filed the complaint was something called WMG. And at that point in time, I knew nothing about WMG, what it was, or anything about it. So when I saw that I had 2 complaints filed against my channel in one email, I was very concerned that at any minute I was going to get a third copyright complaint email. And if you get 3 strikes in the course, I think, of a year, YouTube deletes your channel, which was something else that was mentioned in this email. And when you clicked on the link in the email, it took you to another document that indicated that's exactly what was going to happen. One of my big concerns was, or is, that just like some channels that we've seen in the past, all of a sudden my channel is going to be deleted. And all of you who have been viewers of the channel, who have been supporters of the channel, my concern about all of this is for you, odd as that may sound. I'm not really quite as concerned myself. If something happens to my YouTube channel, I'll live. I'll continue to be able to survive. But my big fear or concern is always disappointing all of you, or again, having you log on to YouTube one day and I'm just gone with no explanation. And again, we've seen that happen in the past. So when I saw the original 2 copyright strikes, I immediately wanted to get something out on YouTube as quickly as I could get it there to let everyone know what was going on. So if I got that 3rd strike all of a sudden and YouTube upheld the complaint and my channel was gone, at least hopefully whoever saw that video, for how briefly it was up, would have an idea of what happened, where I went. And probably what I would have to do at that juncture is try to get a hold of someone else who has a YouTube channel that could come up and try to annotate or update the information that I had put on my channel to let everyone know who happened to see that person's video more information as to what took place. So I produced that very quick 2-minute video, got it out there. In fact, I'm going to have to take that down here in a little bit because I don't want anybody to panic if they don't happen to see this live stream. But as soon as I got the video up and tried to get the word out, a lot of you started to chime in the comment section. There was a lot of support, a lot of suggestions. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you. I appreciate the support as always. But I still had to try to figure out what was going on with all this, and if my channel really was in danger of being gone. And my first attempt was to contact Olight because, again, I thought, this is their product. Is this something, did I do something wrong? Did I release it too quickly and they were, filing a copyright claim against me or whatever? And of course, I have to contact them via email to their representative in China, where it's the middle of the night right now. So I sent an email to the Olight person that I talk back and forth to. Along with I appended a couple of the screenshots of the notices that I've gotten from YouTube, and said, do you know anything about what's going on with this? And probably sometime tomorrow or in the middle of the night, I'll get a response to that when it's the middle of the day over there. But when I got done with that, I decided to try to contact YouTube themselves. And to let you know how that works, through my YouTube Studio app that I mentioned before, there is a little icon at the top that I can initiate a chat message back and forth with someone from YouTube. Now, this is similar to what you see with some other companies. They'll have these little chat windows that if you click on an icon, it opens up and you can talk to them about, your banking situation or real estate companies or, a car dealership or whatever. It's that same type of thing where it's this chat that goes back and forth to try to talk to somebody there. And when I first clicked into that, I was number 15 in line. So I knew it was going to take a while before I could start that chat message going back and forth with anyone. And in the meantime, I was still trying to do as much of an investigation on my end as I could. So one of you sent me some information. Actually, I think several of you sent this, that WMG stands for Warner Music Group. And someone mentioned that they have been filing a lot of copyright claims against YouTube channels for various content lately. And I did a Google search on, WMG YouTube copyright complaints, and I got back several different, actually quite a few different results from that, indicating that Warner Music Group had been filing these claims against various channels on YouTube. And I looked at several different ones, 4 or 5, and all of them, one way or another, had something to do with music. Either they had, put some sort of music into a video, or they had discussed, music lyrics or something like that. And this really puzzled me because that Olight Sigurd video that I had produced had no music lyrics. In fact, if you saw the video, excuse me, that I tried to make it as sterilized as I could because I've had all of these videos getting demonetized by YouTube. And I thought, there's nothing in this other than the name of the product. And I had no idea what the word Sigurd meant. I don't think I've ever heard it before. I thought that was just the name of their product for whatever reason, kind of like you would call a Ford a Taurus or something like that. But I went ahead and did a search on the name Sigurd, and it turns out that is somebody from Germanic/Norse mythology. And in fact, something else that came up that I didn't know is it's the name of one of the characters on the TV show Vikings. I've never watched the show, don't know anything about it, but apparently that's the name of one of the characters. And I thought, well, I wonder if Warner Music has something to do with the production of the TV show Vikings, and just that name. Maybe they were in a dispute with Olight over the name or something. I have no idea, but I thought maybe that's some slim connection to the whole, Warner Music Group and my video. In any case, I waited around very impatiently until I finally got to number 1 in line to be able to chat with the person at YouTube. So I initiated this thing, and just like these always seem to go, it takes a long time to get the message. It goes to the person. Then there's a delay. Then you get a message back, and then I explained everything that was going on, and I got the message back from the person that says, can you give me a few minutes to look into this? Sure, that's why I contacted you. A few minutes goes by, and I get a message back saying, I need another 5 minutes. Is that okay? Yes, it's okay. So I'm waiting. And finally, I get a message back, and I have a screenshot of that says that there appear to be no active copyright complaints filed against my channel. And in fact, I'll just read it verbatim. I'm going to have to minimize this window, but I want to pull this up so I don't get it wrong. And there, I think that's it. No, it's not. It's one of those there we go. Okay. It Says, upon further checking, it appears that your channel does not have any active copyright strike or claim. So, okay, that's weird. And in further chatting back and forth with this person, it seems that the best theory is that this was a spam email or a hoax email that came from wherever. Now, one of the things that gives me pause is in this chat discussion, the person said anything that comes from YouTube or Google will have an email address that ends, .youtube or .google. And this particular email that I got about the whole copyright strikes and all that ended .google. So I still have a little bit of concern that, maybe the person in checking what they were able to see didn't come up with this claim for some reason. But at least as of this moment, as I sit here, it appears that I do not have any copyright claims filed against the channel, and everything's okay. Again, I wanted to get this out there to let all of you know if you were concerned that it appears that everything's fine. But I'm still, just having been a policeman for as long as I was and having people tell me, oh, yeah, this is no problem, nothing to worry about. And the next thing you know, somebody's getting indicted or some other bad thing is happening. They're losing their job or something like that. I guess I always have that healthy bit of skepticism or doubt built into my psyche that never quite goes away. But in any case, like I said, to the best of my knowledge, that's what's going on as of right this moment. And in telling the story, I've been completely ignoring, all the chat over here. And I'm just going to go down through here. I'm not going to try to scroll back up to the top. By the way, if anybody wants to join the show and come on as a guest, shoot me an email at hrfunk@zoominternet.net, and I will send you a link, and you can come on as a guest to the show here if you want to discuss this. Better check quick and make sure nobody sent one, since I've been talking away here for about 16 minutes. And no, it doesn't look like anybody has sent anything to be a guest on the show. Robert Underdunk Terwilliger says, I'm an actual Viking and will sue WMG. Good. They need it. And again, looking down through here, Super Family Alisauridae says, what does it show on YouTube, on your YouTube channel inside YouTube's website itself? That's where I was having this chat discussion and all that. It doesn't show anything in there. And I know you can go and look and see, copyright strikes and all that. But since this one was allegedly a claim and not a strike yet, I didn't know that it would show up on there, or didn't know if it would show up as of yet. Justin, that's a relief. Shame you have to go through that. Thank you. Trust but verify first. Words to live by. Thanks, Bob. I don't think this had anything attached to it. That's another odd thing about it, that there was something that said, to read the complete report, and you clicked on that, and it took me to something saying that it couldn't be open. So I don't know if that was something that was blocked that would have been a little bit more difficult to deal with, or what. But so far, at least, it doesn't appear that I've, downloaded any viruses or anything like that. Lance Kelly, hello. A Dude says, might be cancel culture creeps. Could be somebody that doesn't like firearms content. It's just trying to be obnoxious. Super Family Allosauride says, probably the best way it could have ended. I agree. At least I hope it's ended at this point. ME says, regardless of the phishing attempt, 2 of your videos got demonetized. Actually, 3. The first 3 videos this year. And again, they were about as non-controversial as I think I could make videos. The one where I was talking about the firearms that I hope to see coming in 2023, that one got demonetized, and that was just talking about what I'm hoping to see in the coming year. The video that I posted that went live last Saturday, where I was doing a comparison between the 12 gauge slug and the 50 caliber muzzleloader, that one got demonetized with a 12 gauge shotgun and a 50 caliber muzzleloading black powder rifle. I again can't think of anything less controversial than those type of topics. And the last one was the one just yesterday on the Olight Sigurd. That one got demonetized. And that one, I intentionally kept out any reference to firearms, shooting, that didn't demonstrate how to attach to everything. I sanitized that as much as I possibly could, and it got demonetized. So again, that was kind of working on my imagination when I saw that, and then I got the thing earlier about the change in the YouTube rules coming and everything else. Then I got this, and I thought, uh-oh, this is not looking good, which is why I wanted to get that initial video out to all of you. Emmy liked the muzzleloader shotgun video. I thought it was fun. I enjoyed making that video, just like I talked about in that. It was something that I had never done before, smoky chronograph. Yeah, in fact, I think my chronograph actually has some embedded whatever charcoal or something from the black powder. It's kind of peppered a little bit. It survived though. It's still usable, but yeah, definitely some smoke out of the muzzleloader. And I did go hunting the last couple of days with that very muzzleloader, and don't have anything to show for it. My first day, I went out and I saw a deer almost as soon as I started walking back to where I was going to hunt, but it was a good distance away from me, running at full speed, very low light still. Couldn't even tell you if it was a buck or a doe, so I didn't even shoulder the rifle for that. Then later on, it was a little before 9 o'clock that morning, I saw a very large buck. He was probably 200 yards or maybe a little ways farther away, which with that particular muzzleloader is too far for anything that could be even considered an ethical shot. So again, I just watched him and he walked away, and I hoped that maybe he would come around a little bit closer, and he never did. And that was the last deer I saw. I went out again yesterday, no luck yesterday. So, and that's the way it goes. That's part of the deal when you're hunting with a traditional black powder firearm. You have to be willing to say, I'm not going to take that shot because it's not within the capabilities of the system or the muzzleloader that I'm using. But it's fun. It's still fun. It's still, and for me, it's more of a connection with, our ancestors, the way they used to have to hunt, the limitations they used to have to hunt under. Again, I'm not going to starve to death during the winter if I don't have a deer in the freezer. So it's not that type of thing. It's more of a something I do because it's close to nature. Like I said, it's a connection to our ancestors using these historical replica firearms that they used to use back in the day. I would wear buckskin and a coonskin cap if I wouldn't either freeze to death or worry about somebody running into me that thought I was mentally ill. But again, that's just me. Dylan Dogs joining from Switzerland. Thank you very much. Says, love the black powder. Super videos. Thank you. And thanks for joining all the way from Switzerland. And again, I'm ignoring the comments over here. Smith says, sorry I'm late starting the feed over. Anything important missed? The important thing to take away if you're still here is it looks like my channel is not in danger of being deleted. I was concerned very early, or not very early this morning, but earlier this morning that it might be deleted very quickly, but it looks like that's not going to happen. And again, we've seen that happen in the past. We've seen that happen with some very large channels out there that all of a sudden one day they just weren't there, and one or two of them managed to be reincarnated. But I think there are some that went away and are just gone forever. Wayne D says we need all the hunting, firearms, fishing, beer brewing, and whiskey distilling. I can't talk. barbecuing channels anyway, away from these liberals. Yeah. By the way, you pretty much hit the list there of pretty much everything that's good on YouTube or out there on the internet. Bob says, if you ever get deleted, I'll delete YouTube. Thank you. Bob Charles, by the way, Mr. Guns and Gear, Gun Guy TV, Tactical Rifleman, and quite a few others also posting their videos on Rumble. Yeah, and I have a Rumble account, and I've posted some videos over there. In fact, beginning about a year ago, at the beginning of 2022, I was starting to do that, and there was so little viewership that I was getting with the videos that I posted on Rumble. I sort of stopped doing it. The account still exists. I could still go there and post videos. If I ever vanish unexpectedly, that would be the thing to do, would be go to Rumble and see if I've got something posted over there explaining what went on. But I don't mind posting on Rumble. It's not difficult to post videos over there, but posting videos, going through the time to actually do it and then not have them watched seems kind of counterproductive, I guess. That's why I've kind of faded away from doing that. Do I need to rewatch the first part? If you want to hear the long version of the explanation, yeah, go ahead and rewatch the first part. But that's the ultimate message that I'm trying to get out in this live stream. Gary Bowen says, I'd like to sign up for Rumble, but do not want to give my cell phone number to them. I don't remember having I suppose I did give my cell phone number to them. My cell phone number is probably out there. I would imagine there's probably people in wherever Bangladesh that could call me up or send me a text message if they wanted to. So it's out there floating around different places. The alternative platforms just don't work as well as YouTube. I wouldn't say they don't work as well. There's just not it seems like, and I'm talking specifically about Rumble now, it seems like Rumble has a lot of political content and people go there for that, specifically to hear some of the information that's conveyed there. They don't go there for some of the content like, firearms content, cooking content, how to work on your car content, funny cat videos or whatever, the kind of thing that you see all over YouTube. It just seems to be a little bit more geared toward the political commentary. And I don't mean that as a bash toward Rumble or anything like that. It's just what I noticed from the time that I've had my account there. Let's see. A dude says they frown on how-to videos, yet some creators still have theirs up. I know, and I would put more of those up as well if they didn't get demonetized out of hand. I mean, some of them, when you're talking about something like how to mount a scope, and when you look at YouTube's guidelines, and it talks about, no videos demonstrating modification of firearms. If I have a revolver and its hammer is down and I cock the hammer, I've now modified it. I've changed it from being, uncocked to being cocked. If I demonstrate how to mount an optic, I'm not modifying the firearm in the sense of changing it internally somehow. I am just enhancing its capabilities through the use of an optic. But YouTube doesn't make any distinction about that. If somebody is showing how to make an otherwise semi-automatic firearm into a fully automatic machine gun, I can understand their concern. When somebody is trying to demonstrate, how to, I don't know, properly clean your firearm, or how to add an accessory that's going to enhance someone's ability to use it, or even something like a light mount, where in my estimation that's more of a safety item, where you're looking at being able to identify a target in low light conditions and avoid a potentially tragic situation. That's not a bad thing. But again, YouTube makes no distinction of that when they're talking about not showing any modifications of firearms. And I'm sorry, I got to look again here to try to see where I am. Marsu Cavalli is here. Thanks for joining, Marsu. Appreciate seeing you again. The variety of content on YouTube makes it difficult for other platforms to come up. Yeah, I think you're right. They really have the dominant presence when it comes to online videos, and maybe someday some of these other platforms will get there. I had a hope at one time that maybe a large organization, and really probably the NRA is the only one that at that time had the money and the capability of doing it, would develop some sort of a YouTube like product that would allow firearms friendly content to be posted there. But shortly thereafter, they did away with a lot of their whatever they called it, their NRA TV, I think is what it was. And they've been in financial trouble and had one problem and another, and I don't see the NRA doing anything like that anytime soon. So it seems like we're just kind of stuck with YouTube. And for those of us who produce firearms related content, I've said this for a long time. I do not produce videos for the money that I make off of them. That's not why I do it. I actually produce the videos for all of you. I have had the benefit of a lot of training and a lot of experience with firearms over the years. And it's my passion. Firearms are what I enjoy working with. And I enjoy sharing that with all of you. I like sharing the things that I've learned. I like sharing the experimentation that I do, just like the one with the muzzleloader and the 12 gauge shotgun. I try to provide information. I try to provide entertainment, and that interaction, that sense of community that I get with all of my viewers, with all of the comments that come back on the videos, with the live streams like I'm doing right now. That's why I'm on YouTube. But the reality of the situation is it costs money to produce the videos. And if I can make something back in the form of ad revenue to try to offset what I'm spending to produce the videos, that's why I try to keep them monetized to the best that I can. I've said this before too, and I don't want to go too far down this path. There are some people who produce videos, and a lot of times you'll see this very early on in the video where they're essentially asking people for money. And they'll talk about either, go to my Patreon account or go to my whatever, or, however they are asking for those donations. I cannot bring myself to ask for a handout. I've never been able to do that. If I'm producing video content and earning ad revenue, that feels like I'm actually earning the money that I'm getting back. I do have channel members. I established memberships a couple of years ago. And if anyone chooses to go there and become a channel member, first off, thank you. I appreciate that very much. But I don't promote that a lot. I don't sit there at the beginning of the videos and say, please go to become a channel member and, support the channel and this and that, or, whatever. To me, that's asking people for a handout. And everywhere you look these days, somebody is standing there, waiting for some of your money that they think you should give to them for whatever reason. The government being the first person in line, or first people in line. And that just bothers me. If people want to do that, if they feel like doing that, if they're so inclined, again, I appreciate it very much. But the ad revenue is basically the bulk of the money that I'm making off YouTube to offset what it costs to produce the videos. So enough of all that. And back to the comments here. Be interesting to see what percentage of YouTube is firearms content. I think it's a very, very small percentage. When you look at the things that really make YouTube/Google money, I think video games are a huge one. Anything that draws youngsters, little kids, teenagers, young adults, anything like that is where they shovel the ads to, because those people are going to account for a lot of sales to the companies that post their advertisements on YouTube. I think the firearms community on YouTube is tiny. I think that it makes a small amount of money for Google. And I really think that's part of the reason the firearms content is treated the way it is, because If all the firearms content was gone tomorrow, first off, YouTube and Google would probably say, great, we don't have to deal with that headache anymore. And it's just not making them that much money in the first place. I'm not sure we make as much money for them as the funny cat videos as far as that goes. And I need to look back here again. YouTube seems to be against safety-related videos. There are motorcycle channels that are specifically about training and safety that regularly get hit by. I don't know anything about their motorcycle channels, but I'll take your word for it. It's kind of hard to find something that YouTube and Google are for. Maybe not. Maybe I should watch what I say, because I'm a little worried about what they might be trying to promote. Jack B, just a recent, wait a second. Marsuka Bailey, Token Tube, similar to YouTube. Not heard of that one, Marsu. Just recently got a Ruger American Predator and 204. What a great rifle. Good for you. Was 32 grain, one on top of the other at 100 yards. Cool. Very cool. Thanks, Jack. Emmy, you're a great ambassador for police and Marines too. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hod 8 is here. How you doing, Hod? Bob Charles says there are no actual strikes, that this was a phishing attempt. Apparently that's true. Apparently that's what it was. The majority of YouTube is cats. And just going down through here, Devil's Den is here. Platforms as YouTube are purveyors of our First Amendment, and this thing just keeps jumping. I'm just going to move it over here. Platforms as YouTube are purveyors of our First Amendment infringement. Seriously enough, people say that's it, close accounts and leave. They will continue silence. Yeah, and I don't really realistically think enough people are ever going to leave to affect that kind of change. I mean, it would take an Elon Musk type situation to change YouTube, and I don't really foresee him buying Google, unfortunately. Remember, there are no people monitoring content, just bots. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm sure that they have an automated system that does some of it, but I keep in mind too, I think a lot of times people like to forward the blame to bots or automated systems or the what's the thing they always talk about on YouTube? Shoot, I can't think of the name of it right now. But anyway, there are people behind those systems who are tweaking it to get the type of content they want to promote and to suppress the type of content they don't want to promote. So it might be an automated system that's ultimately doing that, but there are people who are making the automated system do what it does. Furman Mackey, I wonder what would happen if the First Amendment was repealed during one of those Zero Dark 30. Yeah, I wonder. Hopefully, we're not going to see that. A Monk 93, keep up the good work. I will try. Can you imagine the heads exploding if Musk did buy Google? For whatever happened with Twitter, if we were to see something like that in Google and YouTube, the meltdown would probably be something that is almost unimaginable, because it is so blatantly biased and geared toward certain types of content and suppressing other types of content. I don't know, that might spark actual violence. I'm not sure. Algorithms, that's the thing I couldn't think of. ME, Google must have some astronomical valuation beyond even Elon in the trillions. I would think so. I think it would be, I can't imagine somebody with the wealth that it would take to purchase Google, with everything that would come with it, YouTube and all the other Google products out there. I mean, it's not just like one social media platform. It's an entire internet, I don't know what, empire, I guess, comes to mind. Musk did threaten to buy YouTube. I didn't hear that. I did not know that. We're controlled more and more. It seems that way. A Dude says, I took an online course from Google on 1/5, or excuse me, 1/5 of the course was diversity and inclusivity. Everybody except those who produce content they don't like. I'm not feeling like they're too inclusive toward me these days. Alphabet owns Google. They might. We're definitely hearing a lot of that kind of thing coming out of Twitter. Albert Mitchell, or Michael, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, says, hey, Sarge, best. Thank you. Thank you very much. What are we up to here? 40 minutes. I think I've already taken this stream longer than I was planning to do it, but as long as everybody is having a good time and everybody is participating here, I'll keep it going. We will take it for an hour. It's at about the 40-minute mark, 41 minutes right now. ME says, Vladimir Putin by YouTube, and nobody can tell the difference. Maybe so. Maybe so. Monk 93 says, even if I can make millions per day with equities in the trillions, is decades away. Yeah. Sam Flynn, this is part of the digital echo controlling the narrative. Facts don't matter. That's really what it feels like. It doesn't matter, whether or not anyone is attempting to comport with their rules and put out quality, what I want to say, safety conscious content. None of that matters. It's just whatever direction the wind's blowing that day. Hey, Dude says, got to finish an article. Anyway, good luck. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate the support. Michael Kim, keep it up. Appreciate your well-prepared and thoughtful reviews. Thoughts. Always know that it'll be thorough. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Why does diversity seem so exclusive? And so exclusive toward a certain segment of the population? That's a great question. Smith says, God bless you, Gunny. You're doing important, great work. Keep it coming. Will do. Chris P, 75. I don't know. That might be referring to somebody else on up there. ME, you got to run. Okay, thanks for being here. I appreciate all the support. You take care. And I'm going to take another sip of coffee here. I must say, we had a great turnout for this, for a live stream that I put up with no notice, no warning, no nothing, in the middle of the day, or at least middle of the day for me. I really appreciate everybody that's clicked in and participated. I apologize for so many of the comments that I was not able to respond to while I was telling the story about what happened. And for any of you who joined late, the gist of this whole stream is, earlier in the day, I got an email which appears to have been a hoax that indicated that I had 2 copyright complaints filed against the channel, and a third copyright complaint that was upheld by YouTube would signal a deletion of my channel. And I was concerned that might be imminent and that my channel could be deleted at any minute. So I put up a short video earlier today to let everybody know what was going on. Then I was finally able to contact YouTube, found out that by all appearances, this is a hoax and it's not actually a situation where my channel's in danger. So now I'm doing the live stream to try to update everybody on what's going on. And ALU Ministries, I hope I just answered that question for you. Miguelito Burrito. That can't be a real name. Just wanted to say thanks again for the holster I got for the giveaway. We'll wear it. I wear it all the time. Good. I'm glad you like that. And I'm glad I was able to get those out to all of you who wanted holsters. I had a really good opinion of those Tagua holsters that I got. And there's one of those that I use myself all the time. It's been a great holster. I'm glad all of you were able to get them. I hope they work fantastic for you. And you're very welcome for getting that to you. Excuse me. Wayne D, why doesn't a different gun owners group start a channel to carry a content like yours? It's been tried, and I think the enormity of trying to put something like that together and then bring people in and build that sort of content. First off, if we think about firearms content in general, we're talking about pretty specialized content. If people go to YouTube, they can watch one video that's a firearms review, then they can watch a movie review, then they can watch something else and watch this and watch that and watch whatever. I mean, the sky's the limit on the topics you can see on YouTube. So just putting together something that's firearm specific is going to be a smaller audience group. On YouTube, if somebody is, let's say they don't even like firearms, or I not that they're not a firearms person, not somebody who routinely watches that, but all of a sudden something comes up in their suggested videos that's I don't know what. The 10 rules of firearm safety. And they think, maybe I should watch this and just see what, if somebody is ever around, if they find themselves in proximity to a firearm, they know what to do to keep themselves safe. So they watch that video. Then maybe on the suggested videos that comes up after that is one that says, the best, best carry method for concealed handguns or something. And they think, well, I watched this safety video. Maybe I'll watch this and see, what people do when they're carrying. And you can kind of see the progression where somebody could be brought into the firearms universe when they never intended to do that in the first place. If you have firearms specific content and people don't have that interest in firearms, chances are they're not going to go to the location where you have the firearm specific content and then, start to watch and go through that progression. Whereas on YouTube, on any given day, there might be somebody who finds themselves watching a firearms video and starting to think, maybe this firearms thing isn't all that bad after all, or the people that handle firearms, which is why it's so important to me to be able to put out content that is not objectionable, offensive, that doesn't cast firearms owners in a poor light or cast firearms in a poor light. And through that, or through this medium, hopefully we can draw more and more people into the firearms world, and they will become pro firearms, as opposed to content that might cause them to go the other way. And where are we here? Camp David says, keep up the good work. I will try. Clan Sith says, HR Funk is one of the best channels. Thank you very much. That is boring, sane, rational. Thank you. Smith says, hey, can you do a Lee Ermey drill instructor impression? He was on. No, there's no way I could do anything that would come close to Lee Ermey. He was fantastic in that. I was never a drill instructor, so I don't have that background anyway, and I would not want to besmirch his memory by doing such a poor imitation. Joe Carlson, thank you. I agree. Mr. Harry Lasagna says, I need to check that one out. I only carry the 6A. Looks like you might be responding to somebody else there. Amok 93, still developing new 44 loads for iCore 200. Cool. Joe Carlson, yours is the only channel I watch that have credibility based on actual. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. David Cashel. Uh-oh. Rachel's here. Just stumbled across this. What's going on? Real quick. If you go back and watch the beginning of the live stream forward, I tell the long version of the story. I thought perhaps my channel was in danger of being deleted earlier today. It looks like that's not the case. That's why I'm doing the live stream now. Sam Flynn has to leave. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here, Sam. I appreciate the support. Michael Kim, have you done a video about some of the different safe solutions out there? No, I haven't. I assume you mean actual gun safes, and I have not. So I have. And if you're talking about something else, please let me know. Smith, he was definitely the best in Full Metal Jacket. Would have been nowhere. Yeah, you're right. That the movie would have not been. I don't know what it would have been. People might not even remember it were it not for the performance of Lee Ermey. And yeah, that was. And you Marines out there, feel free to chime in. Was the most realistic depiction of Marine Corps boot camp I've ever seen. When I went through boot camp in 1985, we didn't get hit as often. But otherwise, it was pretty much right on the money. The only thing was we had 3 drill instructors assigned to our platoon. So in a lot of the scenes where you see it's just Gunny Ermey doing his thing, there would have been 2 other drill instructors there doing the same exact thing at the same exact time. But great movie. It's been a while since I watched it. I'm about to fire that up. That made me feel better today. Thomas White's got to go. On my way to buying a Thanks, Thomas. Take care. Art Webb, the problem with the pure firearms platforms would probably be banned from the App Store, probably. Who knows what else? And again, you got to wonder what advertisers are going to go there. There are some, obviously the advertisers that, build firearms, build, hunting implements, concealed carry equipment, things like that would go there. But again, that's a fairly small group of advertising. Whereas on YouTube, it might be Coca-Cola or it might be whoever, name the large, Ford Motor Company or Ford, or who knows who, any of the huge companies out there. Which is why, when you click on a firearms video, you might see an ad for who knows what. You might see an ad for Pampers, for all I know. And the people that post the content have no control over what advertisement shows up on there. So if you see an advertisement you don't care for, it's not something that I said, yeah, go ahead and put that on my video. It's just something that they put on there. I've never known if the advertisers themselves have any say about the type of video their advertisement is placed on. Like, for example, can whoever, Smith and Wesson, say, I want to have these ads placed on, firearms related content, or somebody that makes holsters, can they do that? Or is it just the random whim of YouTube as to where those videos are posted? I think they must get some say, because I would imagine there are a lot of videos out there where, say, a holster manufacturer is not going to want to put their video advertisement on a cooking video or something like that. So I suspect they get some say, or at least there's some mechanism in place to see that certain ads get funneled towards certain types of video. But again, that's all done by YouTube. That's nothing that we have anything in. We, as content creators, I mean. Remember the closing line, I'm alive, I'm not afraid. I do remember that line. Lee Ermey was the first guy to show me the spent brasses and near plug. You know what? When I was in the Marine Corps, I saw people do that with actual cartridge cases. I don't think it's very effective. I would not suggest that for hearing protection, but I have seen it done. I don't think I ever did it myself. Then again, with the state of my hearing as it is today, I don't know if I could have done much worse. Constant tinnitus, by the way. Protect your hearing out there. Make sure you're always wearing hearing protection when you're shooting. I'm sure I've done enough shooting without hearing protection that's contributed to the tinnitus that I have, as well as my hearing loss. But definitely take whatever steps you can to protect your hearing while you're shooting and doing anything else around loud equipment. Jesse Kane, I suppose that's Kanan. If you started uploading your content to Rumble, yeah, and I talked about that earlier in the live stream. Smith, he was a bit extreme. DIs were not that extreme, but the Corps. Keep in mind, though, he was demonstrating the 1960s, and I don't think that was probably too far off from what you're seeing with the 1960s. Yeah, some of the, I suppose that's true. Some of the racial comments and things like that had been done away with by the time I went through in the mid 1980s. We were all still equally worthless. There was just not, racial slurs that were attached to some of the things we were told. I'm also glad I got out when I did. What are your thoughts on the current direction of the court? That's probably a topic for a live stream unto itself. Here's what I think is going on. I think anybody that wants to continue to move to higher positions anywhere in the military right now has to curry favor with the Biden administration, and they're going to do what they need to do in order to accomplish that. I think that's what I'll say about that for today. A Monk 93, plugs and muffs. That's a good idea. Tinnitus comes in stereo too. Somebody said one time it's kind of like always hearing crickets when you're trying to go to sleep, and it kind of is that way. I always hear crickets. And the bad thing is, for other sounds that are the same frequency as my tinnitus, that's what it kind of blocks out. So I have trouble sometimes with those higher frequencies trying to hear what, somebody is saying, or, some other type of sound that happens to be the same frequency as my tinnitus. Now we're up to 55 minutes here, so I think I'll take another 5 minutes. I'll call this quits right at about an hour. What time is it getting to be anyway? 14:26 here in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. So just a little bit before 2:30 in the afternoon. This is probably a good time for me to wrap it up anyway and get some more chores done around the house. Since I was hunting for the last 2 days, there were some things that I didn't get done, and I'm trying to get done today. One of them was putting Christmas decorations away that I should have done over the weekend, but I didn't get time to do it then either. By the way, programming note for Saturday, I'm going to try to have a video up on Saturday, but as I sit here right this moment, I don't have one produced. So I'll try to get that up to not disappoint you that are waiting for the Saturday morning premiere video. Smith never worked OCS. I'm a grunt, bullet pusher. Conclan Sith says SIG M17 or SIG 18, M18, which do you pick? The M18, which is the one that I own. Nothing wrong with the 17. I just prefer the smaller platform. Marsuka Valley, my right ear is ringing constantly. Yeah, I get it in both ears. David Cashel, if there is a threat from YouTube, is there anything that your viewers can do to help? I don't think so. I don't know what that could be, because I would like to say, an email writing campaign or something like that, but I really don't think that would do any good. I think that would be largely ignored. The only thing that really seems to get their attention is something that's going to hurt their bottom line. If a large advertiser or group of large advertisers, and part of what started this whole ad-friendly guidelines was a couple of years ago. This was back circa 2018, maybe. There were some videos, I don't know what they were, that were firearms related, and somehow somebody thought they were controversial. And some of YouTube's large advertisers had advertisements appear on these videos. And when their customers let them know that their advertisements were appearing on these videos, some of these real large advertisers, and I want to say Coca-Cola was one of them, pulled their ads from YouTube and canceled their contracts with Google. And in response to that, to try to keep the money that they were generating through advertisement, they came up with this whole ad-friendly guideline policy that we now all have to conform to. And that's the only thing I've ever seen that really gets their attention at Google/YouTube, is something from the advertiser side that really threatens the amount of money, and large advertisers threatens the amount of money they had coming in. From the content side, again, they have got so much content out there, and I've heard it said before that there's something like 500 hours of video content per minute that's uploaded to YouTube. So with that kind of content coming in, if my channel was gone, if all the firearms content was gone or whatever, it's just not going to hurt them that much. It's the advertiser side that really seems to get their attention. Jesse Kanan just followed on Rumble. Best of luck. Everyone posted content. Okay, thank you. A Monk 93, 4570 is on my table, inspiring the hunter's safety course so I can eat well next year. Good. Devil's Den, my tinnitus is like constant locust. Yep. Smith, I got a commercial P320 with a thumb safety, Wilson Combat grip. It's so much like a 1911, perfect fit for your hand. Good. I've not tried one of the Wilson Combat grip modules, but that's good to know. David Cashel, well, it's settled in. HR is baby eating extreme right-wing terrorist threat to human race. Yep, that's me. All right. Just so everybody can see that. David Cashel, aka Rachel, has got me pegged. Right there it is. Craig Benz, gunfire isn't the only route to tinnitus. Yeah, I'm sure that's true. That's just I'm pretty sure that's where mine came from. Although I've been around a lot of loud equipment over the years. Growing up on a farm as a kid, we never had any kind of hearing protection or anything else with tractors and machinery and this and that running all the time. And I've been around a lot of other loud noises over the years too. Yep, you got me on that one too, David. All right, gang, that's an hour. If you missed any portion of this, one more quick recap before I go. It looked like earlier today there was a threat to my channel that I thought might indicate that it was about to be deleted or was in danger of being deleted. It looks like at this juncture that was a hoax. So that's why I wanted to put this unexpected live stream together, unannounced live stream rather, and let everybody know that I think we're okay. I think everything is going to continue business as usual here, or at least as close to business as usual as anything ever gets on YouTube. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the response to the very short video that I put up a couple of hours ago announcing what was going on at that time as I knew it. Thank you for tuning in here, listening to the explanation. And if you have, comments, suggestions, questions, or what have you, this video will be live and you can attach them to that even after the live stream stops. So I will try to respond to them as I can. There have probably been enough comments between the earlier video and this one that will come that I might not be able to respond to all of them. As you know, I try to always respond to every comment and question that I get, but when I get a huge number coming in, sometimes that's not possible. So I will try to get to as many as I can. And again, hopefully I'll see you on Saturday for a premiere of a video that I've yet to produce. And what I would have rather done this afternoon is actually produced a video to go live on Saturday than to have to take the time to do all this. But I wanted to be sure to let everyone know what was going on. So again, thank you very much for all your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And until we get together the next time, good shooting, everyone. And bye-bye.